you're stuck in a hurricane, 'cause everything around you just keeps on turning. I can see you searching for an escape. The fire in your heart, it just keeps on burning. Keeps on, it just keeps on burning. Keeps on, it just keeps on burning. Keeps on, it just keeps on burning. Fire in your heart, it just keeps on burning. Don't worry, you got the future on your mind. No hurry, just take it one day at a time. Feeling like you're stuck in a hurricane, 'cause everything around you just keeps on turning. I can see you searching for an escape. The fire in your heart, it just keeps on burning. Keeps on, it just keeps on burning. Keeps on, it just keeps on burning. Keeps on, it just keeps on burning. Fire in your heart, it just keeps on burning. Don't worry, you got the future on your mind. No hurry, just take it one day at a time. Don't worry, you got the future on your mind. No hurry, let's take it one day at a time. Don't worry, you got the future on your mind. No hurry, let's take it one day at a time.
Two cutters through the middle. Adia for three.
No mai, hoki mai, and for the last time this weekend, welcome back to Rugby Park here in Whakatane. This is the scene, this is the site, this is the place to be for our Open Men's Final coming up in just a few moments. If you joined us for the last game, the Open Women's Final, what a matchup, playing up, getting home in the extras over Bullets. This one though, between WAIRERE and Pearl Jam. WAIRERE, the defending champions. Pearl Jam, the boys looking to spoil the back-to-back here at Whakatane. I'm Brad Pittman, joined in commentary by Tiv Guthrie. Tiv, two heavyweights all day. We've seen both these teams in action out here. It's Pearl Jam and WAIRERE. What a final.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Brad, repeat of the 2022 final, which was unfortunately a little bit of a dull affair as it was marred by the rain. So, as you mentioned, the rain, it is creeping in. So I think we're going to have to get on our horses, start this game so that we can get in and out of here before the rain sets in. But, yep, it's going to be an absolute cracker of a match. WAIRERE looking for yet another title, where they're looking for their 6th, actually. And Pearl Jam, similar to the Playing Up Girls, they won the Invitational in 2021. And let's see if they can crack through for their first full-on Whakatane Classic.
Yes, I think very similar circumstances to that last final. WAIRERE similar to Bullets, been here, done it, won the titles here at Whakatane. Pearl Jam, similar to Playing Up Women, trying to break through for that maiden, I guess, real title, if you want to call them that. But a big one here, and look, it's packed out here at Rugby Park. There's no space on the sidelines at the moment. We're fortunate to have the front row seats. Tiv and WAIRERE in their red and white will take on Pearl Jam in the pinks. Pearl Jam will have first use of it there on screen, running left to right for you all at home. Look, if you're within a 6.5 minute drive from Rugby Park, get down here right now. You don't want to miss this one. We're underway here, Open Men's Final, Pearl Jam with the start.
Yeah, we'll see what they can come up with in the first attacking foray as Lance Davids, the Pearl Jam captain, on the ball. And just trying to pull the penalty, I think. You know, as a defender, if you are new to touch whānau, you do have to stay up and forward until the touch is imminent. And as we see, as a result, because WAIRERE did not do that, referee John Dusto pulls up a penalty. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of cat and mouse to start. I think probably a little bit timid between both teams. So we'll see how this game plays out, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's going to be a little bit of what's doing for these first few minutes. Shirt touch called there by our referee, and special shout out to the 3 in the middle today, John Dusto, Ali Tui and Adrian Brown out there. It's going to be a tough job, I'd say, being in the middle of this one. We just get to enjoy it. They've got to be out there making the tough calls, and the early spread from Pearl Jam. Great cover up and touch there. I think it was Trey Poihipi in defence on the wing for WAIRERE.
Yeah, forward pass there called from referee John Dusto. And Pearl Jam, after a minute and a half of attacking, just under, they haven't managed to come away with anything, but it is the 30-minute game, 15-minute halves we're running with in these finals. So they've got plenty of time to work around that.
That's it, and you mentioned it, I think, in the build-up. We're trying to hold out for 35 more minutes here with the weather. It's been so good to us so far this weekend. Oh, the flick pass.
Yeah, it was looking threatening there on the right-hand side. Tiwi Davies for WAIRERE and the number 7. Got a 32 scoop towards the short side, and then Legion Hotham ran a late switch back to that short side. And then Pearl Jam through Nate Rollinson, as well as I think it was Ephraim's out on the wing. They were able to snuff that out. But, you know, early warning shot there from WAIRERE.
Yeah, absolutely. WAIRERE showing when they get that foundation set through their transition, they are deadly in attack. I've got to ask you one question while we get set for this penalty. What do you reckon about the collars on the kits here of Pearl Jam?
I don't know whether this is an unpopular or popular opinion, and sorry to all you Pearl Jam fans out there, but not a fan.
No?
Not a fan. I think they, I don't know, I suppose I'm more of a traditionalist, but who cares when you can score tries like that, Brad?
That's it. If the collar brings me that, give me 3 collars. I'll take all of them. That's gorgeous there by the Pearl Jam boys to open the account.
Dan Nickel, the Pearl Jam custodian, working in tandem there with his brother. And that connection, yeah, working wonders for Pearl Jam over the years, and it works wonders here again, as you see on the One Foundation replay. Louis Nickel, very clever operator, just gets a quickie on the open side, brings that shut side in, and then that passive out the back. Just too much space there for Davies to cover.
Yeah, and the one advantage I think the collar does have when it's beaming hot like this in Whakatane, you can flick the collar up and be sun smart. And when it's collars down, it's all business like that was for Pearl Jam. They're going to have to be tidy here in defence. WAIRERE pressing up towards the 7. Bit of footwork, big left foot. Just overrun there up that right side.
And it's so difficult if you're coming up against WAIRERE because they have so many weapons attacking-wise, and as well as the attacking weapons, they're all really, really good on both sides of the ball. You've got a plethora of New Zealand representatives, as well as a Samoan representative, as you see through Tamatoa Ropati, poking his nose through on that previous attacking foray off the left foot. So if you're Pearl Jam, you've got to be on your toes, but they've got a really good culture, Pearl Jam, all based on sort of camaraderie and operating around everybody knowing their role. As we see one of those roles being played out at the moment, Daniel Morgan Putirangi scooping through. It was a strong drive, and they went early in the touch count and probably caught Wairere unawares. Yeah,
you can see there they've got a couple of guys that just like to put the foot down and poke through and just ask the question. They're unable to pull that one off for their second Pearl Jam, but man, there's some threat in them. They've got wheels, they've got gas, and they've got a full bench here too. Both sides, of course, travel deep to these tournaments, and here's Tomuri up the middle. Couple of points either way. It's the Spider-Man meme. Who's who? Did you get me or did you not? And they work to their box here, Pearl Jam.
As I mentioned earlier, it is awesome to see Shan Tomuri, the Touchbacks Mixed representative, back in action. He's been out of action for a while with a broken hand, so it's awesome to see him back in the Wairere colours. He's missed the last few tournaments, so what a place to make your comeback.
Oh, that's it. And in a final, what better time to do it? As we see Pearl Jam here now open.
Yeah, great cover defense there from Pewhairangi, and they were probably lucky there too, because I think that was Raiki Willison. He was the right middle, and he got caught way over on the left-hand side, and Tomuri had to roll in and underneath, and Pewhairangi really bailed them out of jail there.
Yeah, great cover defense. We talk a lot about you know, the wing strike of the likes of playing up. Pewhairangi equal to those wingers. He's outstanding, doesn't often make mistakes on either side of the ball. That one there you see his defensive prowess. Yeah,
very safe player as he looks to go for a sub, and Thomas not able to get on the field in time, but fifth coming for Wairere, E4 Jones. He's tricky on his feet, and you got to be, as you are with you know, the likes of Tamatoa Ropati, Avion Jones, you got to be on your toes when you're around E4, because it's not a big step like Ropati's, but it's more of a shuffle of the feet. And if you're not up to it defensively, he's going to find you. Yeah,
and he's got excellent body control too, so his body can be going one way, his feet the other, and all of a sudden you're tangled up, not him. He's something special. E4 Jones, as we see, Pearl Jam making some roads up the middle. Rollerson goes back out to the left, 2-on-1 here if they can execute it. Great shutdown. Had to be made there. Would have liked to gobble it up and perhaps go the distance. However, Waidu cut down the 2-on-1.
Yeah, he held until the very last possible moment, didn't he? Hamiota Thomas out on the wing for Wairere. E4 Jones wasn't quite there. The slide goes through from Lance Davids. Our referee, our man on the spot, Dali Tui, big shout out to Dali, as well as the other referees, not only in this game but throughout the tournament, working overtime as Lewis Nicol looks to dive on the outside of Hotham. And it's play through as the call. Louis Nicol, wow, well, he was on the wing earlier. He's put himself into the middle of this game, and he's come up with 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's, look, must have been offside, I think, Legion Hotham there in defense, as we see on the One Foundation replay. It looked like it easily got to him in time. We'll see it here. This is the drop. Yeah, it just looked like he didn't get back to the line there. So, well spotted, and just like that, Pearl Jam double up.
Yeah, 2-0, and you can hear they're up for this game as well. A lot of noise coming from their box as Edwardson looking to work something on the last play. Ropati goes off his left foot, does a 360, goes to the leg, tap on pass from Edwardson, and ultimately it all comes to nothing as Pewhairangi dies with the ball. But you know, with Wairere, they do kill it on their side of the field, so now Pearl Jam having to spend 1, perhaps 2 touches, working their way towards their own sub-box.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we talk about the safety of Te Ao Pewhairangi, just doing the right thing over there. Not throwing a potential speculator or trying to do too much. He knew they were probably dead in the corner there, happy to lose it on their favourable side.
You see the ball coming back from the left to the right.
It's moving here for Pearl Jam. Do they have the gas? And you wouldn't believe from right wing, he's come across in defence over the left wing. Te Aupō Whairangi got there to cover that one up. That's what finals are made of. That's what standing up for your brothers looks like, and what an effort there in defence.
Absolutely, and it is those effort plays, you know, that can sometimes make all the difference. And Te Aupō Whairangi, we've been singing his praises for the last couple of minutes, but well deserved. You could hear the cries from the Pearl Jam box. I don't know if you could hear it at home, but you could hear the cries of hold it, hold it, hold it. And in the end, the ball did go to ground, but they're looking likely. Tiwi Davies dives over, and he gets Wairere's first for the final.
And that's bread and butter for Tiwi. He saw the gap open up, he saw the link drifting, and he got low, got out on the deck, and that's easy stuff in the end for him. He makes it look easy. Probably not for us common folk, but someone of his calibre. We watch it on the One Foundation replay here.
Yeah, they just turned Durban Burgess inside out there, didn't they? George Durban Burgess just couldn't quite compete for the full complement of 6 touches, and then he got caught going the opposite way. The long ball went out to Davies, and he spied half a gap, dove over, and then Pearl Jam compound that try-conceding effort with an error going into the 7-metre zone. So probably not the best couple of minutes there for Pearl Jam, but they're a quality outfit, so they'll pick it up throughout the last 5 minutes of this first half.
Yeah, that's it. We talk in sports a lot about moments of momentum, and was Te Ao's cross-cover defence something that turned it around a little bit here for Wairereere, and, you know, got them all to dig in, as can often happen in those sorts of moments. Pearl Jam, they're going to have to find a way to get it back on their side, and perhaps this little scarper in front of their box might do it. Smooth scoop there, and the footwork. Oh, knocked down.
And I tell you what, their wingers are working overtime, because that was another important, critical knockdown there from the winger. Didn't quite catch who it was. It might have been Poihipi.
Yeah, it looks like Trey Poihipi out there in the blue boots.
And it had to be made, because it was draw and pass, 2-on-1, and it would have been an easy try for Pearl Jam. And he's come up with another one there. Brilliant shutdown from Poihipi on the wing on Rollinson.
Often we talk about the wings that they stroll over and they dot them down and they're the heroes in the end, but man, when they step up defensively like that, it can turn a final really quickly.
Yeah, a couple of back-to-back efforts there from the Wairereere team. And with 2-1, only 3 tries in this first half, but as we saw in the women's final, these teams, they can score them in bunches. Rollinson, I thought he was through.
I think so too. I think he didn't quite see where that middle trailer was. If he just skipped one more, I think he was probably over the line himself.
Oh, and Wairereere managed to escape with that one. 2-1 still the score line. As Wairereere, they do this better than most. The transition from defense into attack, going through their yardage, going through their systems and procedures. Davies, bows up. Ropati, Hepi.
Oh, there's the footwork.
Oh, play on was the call from John Dusto. I think there were probably about 2 or 3 hands on him. And play on was the call. There mustn't have been onside, but the defensive touch from Lance Davids at link, that ended up proving the difference there.
Yeah, and you talk about the footwork on Ropati. Wow, he's got the camo cap on for a reason. No one can see him.
Well, apparently the kōrero is that when the camo bucket hat comes out, that's when he switches it on. That's when it's showtime for Tamatoa Ropati. So, yeah, if you're on defense, just look out when that bucket hat comes out. As E4 Jones looks to go over.
E4.
Great touch there, though, from the youngster. I think that was Morgan Tuffia.
Yeah, they'll get a reset here. Back to the 7. I think on the 4th, I think is the call for Wairereere.
Oh, showing their skills there, but that was great defense there from Davids and Corrigan out on the right-hand flank for Pearl Jam, just working in tandem, and Corrigan in particular, because Davids identified and he went in. The bat-on beat him, but Corrigan trailing him closely, and now they'll look to turn defense into attack.
Yeah, great transition there from Pearl Jam. They've got the run of things. The tip-on just ahead there. Couldn't be pulled in.
They managed to get a relieving penalty, though, and as a consequence, Pearl Jam have sent out Louis Nickel. He set up their first one and then scored one himself, so we'll see if he can continue that form.
And you're right, he's moved in off the wing. He started the day, apparently, so he said.
So he says.
So he told us on the Sting. He's moved back into the middles now for Pearl Jam.
Trying to show his versatility, he said. He said he hopes Touch Blacks coach Rahul Das is watching, so let's see what they can come up with here, Pearl Jam. George Thurban Burgess, that's a great diving touch there from Awa Morris.
And they've said no touch.
Ball down. Yeah, must have been offside, I think, there, Awa Morris, because there was a full hand on him.
Yep.
And referee Dali Tui, man on the spot, he was right there, able to make that call. And he saw everything as Pearl Jam extend their lead back to 2 tries.
That's it, and huge in the context of this one. 1 minute before the halftime. Huda, we see in the One Foundation replay here. Yeah, you're right, hands all over it, so it must have been offside the call. And WaiRERE, they're going to try and answer back straight away. Oh. Efion.
That low game that he possesses, Evian Jones, is absolutely lethal. And Lance Davids, he had to be up to the task there. Credit to him, he made the touch, stepped off the line as we have mentioned earlier. So WaiRERE with a couple more touches up their sleeve. Avion looks to go for the 32 pick. It's come off a Pearl Jam hand. That was Rollinson that got his mitts in the way.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to link up with Mida Graham there, just on a bit of a chop line at link. Mida on the ball here now while they get their sub in. Clock's ticking down. They probably have one go at it here. Oh, and it's 6s and 7s at the moment. The scramble, ball to ground. Nothing left there for WaiRERE in this first half. And just like that, we're 15 minutes gone in this Open Men's Final. Pearl Jam up 3-1 over WaiRERE. WaiRERE, the defending champs. Pearl Jam looking for their first at the Open. And we got a bit of tit for tat down the middle of the park there. The boys showing off some skin in our Open Men's Final. Tiv, I don't know about you, but you won't catch me doing that.
I wish I could say the same, but when you're a rookie in this game, unfortunately, sometimes you have no choice, especially if your captain is Mitza Graham. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, an excellent show of touch football from both sides, but Pearl Jam just having the better of that first half. And one thing that I was going to mention, especially with that last try that they managed to score through George Thurban Burgess, one thing that they've identified is the high middle for WaiRERE. They are coming quite a way away across the field. And when they do that, that opens up that eyes-up play that Pearl Jam like to run. So the ball carrier, which was Lewis Nicol on that occasion, drifted over to the right-hand side, really pulled Awa Morris, and instead of it being a 3-3 roll ball, it turned into a 3-2 roll ball, and they got the long ball out to George Thurban Burgess, and he immediately had the outside. So as we mentioned in the earlier game that Pearl Jam played, he is a very, very clever operator, and probably sometimes underrated his touch brain. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting second half, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely, and a special shout out, of course, to our sponsors for this tournament: One Foundation, Whakatane District Council, Whakatane Ohopi Community Board, our major sponsors for the tournament this weekend. We couldn't do it without you. They are, of course, supported by Ake Chartered Accountants and Business Advisors, BTS, Better Together Sportswear, Iceman Whakatane, Underwood and Wilkins, and Whakatane High School, putting it on for 2024. Thank you so much for your continued support of this weekend, and a fantastic one it has been. 15 minutes left, Tiv. The wind is coming. The rain is at bay. We want 15 more minutes of magic for these two teams to try and put their two hands on the trophy for 2024.
And WaiRERE will have first use of the football for the second half. Yeah, we're just hoping for this rain to stay at bay. We've only got 15 minutes, so please, Tawhiri Mātea, if you are listening, keep the wind, keep the rain. Give it another 20 minutes and then you can come.
Yeah, although I think our pack-up crew might want a little bit more than the 20 minutes. If we can get through the game of touch, we'll at least be half happy. And here is WaiRERE. They're not happy at the moment. They find themselves 2 behind on the scoreboard. Ropati and Graham working together. And just ran into a dead end there.
Yeah,
Did Ropati.
Big vote of confidence there for youngster Ezra Morgan. Tawhia, as the ball goes out to the left-hand side, but that is a big confidence booster. If you can shut down a player the calibre of Tamatoa Ropati, you must be doing a good job.
Yeah, absolutely, especially that close to the line where he freezes defenders so often. We've seen people just flat-footed and caught, and out come Pearl Jam now towards their box. And their exit transition. Pretty tidy for the first one of the half too. The boys in pink, they're off now. Drive coming. They come back. The numbers are good here. Go the skip.
Ball down, yes. Unfortunately, a little bit untidy there defensively from WAIRERE. You know, they scooped into man on, and then the late switch came from Rollinson. Ideally, they should have shut the play down there, but they weren't quite up to target, and it's uncharacteristic for their WAIRERE outfit, but great identification from Pearl Jam. As you see on the One Foundation replay, that pass there and that pass there, E4 Jones should have been up on target. But they managed to find the extra space, and Corrigan dots down. They've extended their lead somewhat surprisingly. Pearl Jam 4 tries to 1.
That's it, 4-1. And if we know anything about not only WAIRERE but this tournament, look, 3 tries can happen in the blink of an eye. We saw 4 in 2.5, 3.5 minutes in the women's final. WAIRERE just have to lock in a couple of effort areas, discipline areas on both sides of the ball, and look, they're no stranger to scoring 3 and 3. It's not beyond them as Davies here linking through Hotham.
Get it back to 1 call as well.
And up in solid defence there, Pearl Jam, but like you said, this will be pretty much a full set here on the 7 for WAIRERE. Let's see what they've got. Evian. And they catch.
You can hear the confidence, can't you, Brad, in the box. The noise is coming from the box. That's translating out onto the field. Great touch there from Morgan Pitarangi. Hawken makes the touch on that occasion.
Hotham, he's through, he's searching. It's knocked down there, I think, by the Pearl Jam defender. Yep, another recount for WAIRERE. And you talk about the vocal coming in. We were first-class viewers to a bit of a spray the Pearl Jam boys got a little earlier in the day, and look, all said with love. I've got no doubt, but man, it looks like they're putting it to task here.
That's it, and I'm sure the Pearl Jam boys have taken what was said by Kanui Cox on board. He's made the trip over from Australia, so all said with love, as you mentioned, Brad, and that really has lit a fuse, especially coming into this final. We asked them to find a little bit more motivation because they were playing probably not to their potential. And I'll tell you what, they are in this final, especially with defensive efforts like that.
Yeah, and I think the biggest message out of it was accountability. Yeah, stepping up and making sure, A, that their individual roles were being executed, B, their pods were executing, as we do see a little bit of an error here. Commentators curse. However, the execution has been a lot better than it was in that game earlier against Lax.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And in that game, they did show signs of the team that we're seeing at the moment, but it was only in glimpses, and they just wanted to be able to string that together for multiple halves, multiple games, as E4 Jones shut down there from the Pearl Jam defence. And Mr. Graham, he'll look to calm this WAIRERE team down.
And here they go with Ropati. The early pressure put on. Great shoot there.
And you know, when you look at the amount of defense that Pearl Jam are doing, you just wonder psychologically what that can do for both teams. You know, you've got your Pearl Jam that's got their tails up. You can hear the noise in the box, but then equally, WAIRERE, you know, they're down 3 and they're not able to crack this Pearl Jam defense. As we see an intercept.
Mr. Versatility.
And again, you know, what does that do to the psyche of WAIRERE?
Yeah,
you know,
that's huge. Look at them off the side here. You can't quite see it on the shot, but man, what does it mean to these young Pearl Jam boys here? They know they've got the run of this. They just have to hang in there and get through the next 10 minutes. That's a huge play.
Here at Collective, ooh, over the crowd as a lightning strike happens in the background, but the action stays on the field. Touch was made.
Touch called. Pearl Jam can't believe it.
John Dusto, man on the spot. Durban Burgess, that was Dan that time. Diving in and underneath. Morris makes an important touch. And now Winiana will look to set up for a quickie in the middle. Gets the open side quickie, throws long right to left. Well defended from Poihipi. And that's better from WAIRERE, and this is probably where it starts for them.
Yeah, and this is 10 minutes or a little under now on the clock as the Thunder comes rolling in to join the Lightning. We just saw 9 minutes is what we need on the clock here for this final. But as you mentioned, WAIRERE, if they're going to do it, it's got to start now. And
exactly.
They've got to be disciplined in their execution. Again, this is not what we've seen or been accustomed to from WAIRERE, just this scramble through their transition. This is going to help.
Yeah,
this is going to help.
It was lucky too, I think. Avion Jones, he probably milked it a little bit, to be fair. But the force was probably a little bit excessive from Pearl Jam. So WAIRERE, they've got enough chances down on this in this end of the field. But as we mentioned in the semi-final against Playing Up, it's up to them to convert.
Yeah, that's it. Here is the spread now. Inside step, Avion can't get through. Excellent reach there. The link in defence for Pearl Jam.
Edwardson now. And again, you can hear the noise from the Pearl Jam box. And they are ecstatic, and there's still 8 minutes left in this match.
Yeah, I hope they've got enough gas to keep cheering and get back on the field. They've still got 8 minutes to play here, Pearl Jam. Say they've got 4 tries and probably 4 fingers on the trophy at the moment. Although I wouldn't be a betting man to rule out WAIRERE even this late in the game, down 3. They've got all the strike in the world if they can put it together.
And probably what's important for Pearl Jam is that they don't shut up shop. You know, we mentioned it in the earlier games. You can't rest on your laurels at any point at the Whakatane Touch Tournament, as Rollinson throws the passive out the back. The bat-on goes forward from Davids. And WAIRERE get a reprieve. But as you mentioned, Brad, they'll probably have to act pretty smartly.
Yeah, it's starting to, you know, get into that as a Warriors fan, where I've heard too many times, mathematically it might work, mathematically it could happen.
And that's what it starts with. Tiwi Davies streaks away.
Yeah, there's some maths for you right there. 4-1 cut to 4-2. Tiwi Davies.
Yeah, they worked a little 1-2 play. Davies and Pewhairangi out on the left-hand flank. And then Davies just managed to skip away, kicked up the heels. As we see on the One Foundation replay, the ball went out, and it's this play here as it goes to Davies. They brought Ephraim's the winger in. Then it went from Pewhairangi inside to Davies, and Ephraim's again just missing another touch. And 4-1 becomes 4-2, and now a 2-try lead. Yeah,
and this is the real crunch moment. Can Pearl Jam restore it? Or can WAIRERE peg another one back and make a grandstand finish of it here at Whakatane? We've only asked for 8 more minutes. I don't know if we've got enough for the drop-offs to stay away before the weather comes in, so someone's going to have to do it in regular time.
We'll hope so. As a turnover there, I think that might have been the 6th touch, and now WAIRERE, you know, buoyed by that try that they've just scored through Davies, and now they're looking a little bit cleaner, getting Pearl Jam on the back foot. Pearl Jam not having that same zest for defense coming through the midfield. And we'll see what they can come up with on the back end of the set as Ropati goes to Morris, goes outside to Davies.
There it is.
Thomas finishes in the corner.
And just like that, WAIRERE go 1-2. And look, to be fair, it's off the back of that transition over the last 2 sets. Was miles better than it had been for the first half of this game.
Yeah, definitely.
They just got a little too lateral, I thought, through the first 20 minutes or so. Those two, as we see it through the One Foundation replay here, a lot cleaner in their drive. There it is, pick and goes. And then they set this. Tiwi Davies, he's had his hands all over it, showing special signs here at Whakatane.
And just like that, from 4-1, and Pearl Jam really being up in the sub-box to now being 4-3. It's really important for them to keep that noise as they get a chance on the left-hand side. Corrigan
there he
goes over and restores a 2-try lead. And yeah, WAIRERE just caught into target but not quite shutting.
And that was exactly the answer they needed, because it was going to become a real test of, do they have the mental capacity here at Pearl Jam to answer back to those 2 tries that WAIRERE had scored. Fortunately for them, the answer, yes. As we see some of this play, it's Rollison who got things started on that shift, and Corrigan in the end just too long, too quick to the corner.
Yeah, getting their touch breaks reps to make the big money plays. That's what they're paid to do. Obviously they are paid in, I'm sure, a couple of cans of Coke after the tournament. As Tormiri just looking to draw defenders out, looking for that 33 peel. Willison goes to the short side, show from Graham on the outside. Davids and Hawken both in to make the touch, so they managed to survive that one, but can they survive the rest of the set, this Pearl Jam side?
Yeah, WAIRERE here inside. that attacking zone, but can't get through Pearl Jam. And they're going to get a full set here thanks to the penalty. Got about 3.5 left to play by our clock. We haven't been the dead on time all of the games, but it's there or thereabouts. Here's Ropati. Oh, great honesty there from the Pearl Jam defender. Excellent play by Ropati, but wow, what a show of sportsmanship and integrity there from the Pearl Jam defender.
Yeah, and I have heard it said by former #1 coach in the world, Maya Williams, that if a player can make a call like that defensively, especially in the context of this game, that is something that sticks with him in terms of reputation. So big ups to George Thurban Burgess. He was honest, and that's what our game's built on, that honesty. And he clearly showed his hands up and said no touch. Ropati pegs on back for Waitere at 5-4. A couple more minutes left, Brad.
Oh, this is everything it was due to be. At 4-1, some would have thought, you know, wrap it up, but no way, says Waitere. And Rolliston, he's pegged one back. He's one of the top dogs in this Pearl Jam side. He showed up big time in their round robin game against Lax. And he gets the second back here for Pearl Jam. 6-4, that 2-try buffer is restored. Waitere, they're doing it tough at the moment. They can't quite get back to level playing field. Every time they score one, they concede one, and that's going to hurt them as this clock expires. Shan Tomuri there trying to put a dance on.
Yeah, what about the show of defense there as well from Pearl Jam? Everyone just showing up for each other, and the half chance was there. It goes out again, and now Pearl Jam, they can see the finish line in their side. 6-4, clock's ticked under, just under 2 minutes left, and that's exactly what they need to get out of transition.
Yeah, and you'd like to think if they can get through this set in a decent area of the field, it could be enough here as the clock does count down. This is the 4th.
Yeah, just overstepped the mark, I think, there, Morgan Puturangi, and then he tried to pump the brakes. Couldn't quite get a handle on the ball and came up with the bobble at the roll ball. So now Waitere looking to move the ball forward. That's E4 Jones, gets the rip around with Pewhairangi.
Yeah, 1 minute to play was the call I just heard through the on-field mics from the ref. So 60 seconds is it. Waitere need to do it now. They need to get it back somehow and do it again just to force the extras here. It might be a bit too little too late. Not if Ropati's feet have anything to do with it. And they'll get the penalty.
Yeah, yes, no, I think was the call there from Morgan Puturangi. Honesty in the end, but he did initially call yes, so the penalty goes the way of Waitere. And there's another one to go towards them. Again, it's just that sportsmanship. John Dusto, he calls the penalty. They've dove over. They want the ball, and he sent him as well. He's identified the gamesmanship from Pearl Jam. And Tamatea Winiana has been sent for a period of time, and they get the penalty, compounding efforts there.
Wow, this is huge.
Calls from John Dusto.
This is huge. So 6 on 5 here. There's the hooter. They need to do it right now. Waitere, what do they got? The double tip on, the scramble. It goes back. Tiwi Davies, what has he got? He's got nothing, no space, no time. Pearl Jam get it done by the skin of their teeth in the end. Tiv, not without some drama on the way, but Pearl Jam, too good. 6-5, the end score over the defending champs. Waitere, what an open men's final there, won by Pearl Jam.
Oh, what a match, and it was high drama towards the end there, wasn't it? High drama. And I suppose that's what you come to expect down at the Whakatane Touch Tournament. Pearl Jam have had all the chips fall their way, but they've had to work for it, and especially in the first half of this one where they got out to a 4-1 lead. And in the end, that proved the mountain too big to climb for Waitere.
Yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, just a first half, probably unlike what we've seen from Waitere, just got them in too deep of a hole to dig themselves out of, and it felt like they were always struggling to get back onto a level playing field. Credit to Pearl Jam, though. Look, when those 2 tries went in for Waitere, you thought they might just do it here and to answer back the way Pearl Jam did and then go on with it. Despite some craziness at the end. For those perhaps not familiar with the calls as it was going, are going, well, how have they scored one, got someone sent and got the ball back? Not sure. But such is the high intensity of the Open Men's Final. And of course the congratulations are owed and due to Pearl Jam. They finally get it done through the numerous attempts, of course coming up short at last year's final, in the repeat of this one to WAIRERE. Commiserations to the men in red. They came up a little short today, but a fantastic weekend for the WAIRERE team. But Pearl Jam, look at them, they can't believe it. They're absolutely over the moon. You could see it the full 30 minutes in their sub box. Deserved winners in the end. I think they executed at a higher level today.
I think so, and I think it was all built on that first half. You know, they really came out of the starting blocks and you know, made WAIRERE play from the back foot, which they're probably not accustomed to doing. You know, we did see the WAIRERE outfit at the Māori Nationals last month, and they were made to do the same thing from Ngāti Hine. So as long as teams can start out nice and fast and strong against WAIRERE and make them chase the game, they hold themselves in good stead. And as you mentioned, Pearl Jam, they were able to go on with it, and they become champions for 2024. And as we were talking about the shenanigans towards the back end of the game, it's awesome to see Tamatea Winiana going over and saying apologies to referee John Dusto. But this one, yeah, 2024 goes the way of Pearl Jam.
That's it, and for those of you that have been joining us, not just for this Open Men's Final, but right throughout the day, thank you for joining us. We've had fantastic viewership online, up to 1,200 people at a time watching some of the games. Excellent from our touch community. It's been an excellent day here at the Whakatane Touch Tournament. Just to wrap it up, playing up your Open Women's champions, Pearl Jam, the Open Men's. And that's been Whakatane Touch Tournament 2024. I've been Brad Pittman with you for most of the day alongside Tiv Guthrie. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again in 2025.
Odi ora.
Been too long, leaves are gone, heading for the coastline. Light is it when I'm there, soaking in the sunshine. We walk for miles covered in smiles just for a while, taking the time we press rewind out on the aisles. Eyes wide as the sea, feels like our city. We walk for miles, counting the smiles just for a while, right out on the coastline.